हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू क्यू लैब्स फॉर यू। आज मैं हूं अपने एक नए शो के साथ जिसका नाम है क्यूए संवाद। मेरे साथ हैं मेरे पहले गेस्ट जिनका नाम है जय। हाय जय, कैसे हैं आप?
Hello, Srikant. Nice meeting you. Very good. I'm fine. Thanks very much. How are you?
आई एम गुड। कैसा टेम्परेचर है अभी वहाँ पे?
इधर समर चल रहा है इधर लाइक इट्स 18 डिग्रीज नाउ.
ओके।
तो लाइक बहुत सनशाइन है तो रात 10 बजे तक लाइक इट विल बी सनी.
ओके।
तो इट्स गुड, इट्स नाइस. बहुत अच्छा है इधर वेदर आज.
ओके। ओके, यहाँ पे तो रेनी सीजन है अभी, तो अभी प्रॉपर चीज़ें नहीं हुई हैं, लेकिन ह्यूमिड बहुत है काफ़ी। इस तरीके से चल रहा है। बाकी आज मैं आपसे बहुत सारी बातें करने वाला हूँ आपके ही एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में जो आपने इस क्यूए कम्युनिटी में एक्सपीरियंस किया है। सो स्टार्ट करते हैं। आर यू कंफर्टेबल? आई।
Yeah, sure. Please go on.
ओके। ओके। सो पहला तो जो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है और सभी का होगा कि आपका अभी क्या रोल एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, और आप थोड़ा सा अपने एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में भी बताना, क्योंकि ये ऑडियंस को पता होना जरूरी है कि आपका अभी करंट टोटल एक्सपीरियंस कितना है और आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज क्या है और आप हैं कहाँ पे अभी, क्योंकि ये वेदर की बात इसीलिए मैंने करी।
अच्छा. यस यार, आई टू स्टार्ट विद मेरा एक्सपीरियंस मैं काउंट नहीं किया लाइक आफ्टर 16 इयर्स ओवर मैंने भूल गया था कितना है. तो इट्स लाइक आई वुड से इट्स मोर देन 16 years now. So I started my career in 2004, starting with TCS. So I had my college in 2002 and I worked in Delhi as a mechanical engineer for some time. And उसके बाद मैंने एक mainframe course किया. Like I did a mainframe course in there was an institute called Maple GSM Technologies in Chennai. So there I did my training and then got an offer in TCS and started my career there. उसके बाद I was like a mainframe developer for 5 years. I worked in India as a mainframe developer and mainframe tester. उसके बाद I worked in Copenhagen, which is a client called Danske Bank through ITC Infotech. That was my first onsite, and after that, like I went there 10 months, came back. Then I had my this highly skilled migrant visa was there at that time in UK, so I moved to UK at that time. So stayed there for 4 years. तो बीच में like I was like homesick हो गया था little bit, and then I thought okay UK is so far with my family and personal with the parents and so on. तो सोचा कि like Malaysia is a little bit near,
ओके।
and I checked out in Malaysia, worked for an Islamic bank there, and things weren't good so much. I thought okay यार it's not suiting me after the UK weather, it's very nice. तो मैं वापस यूके चला गया था. तब तक लाइक पूरा लो जो वीजा का रेस्ट्रिक्शंस था उस वक्त. तो वीजा रेस्ट्रिक्शन जो मेरा वीजा था हाईली स्किल माइग्रेंट वीजा वो लाइक इट वाज नॉट एक्सटेंडेड, सो आई हैव टू रिटर्न बैक. तो उस वक्त लाइक आई स्टार्टेड लुकिंग इन यूरोप एज वेल. तो फॉर्चुनेटली मेरे को एक कंपनी मिला लाइक यूरोपियन डायनामिक्स. तो उसके वो ब्राजील्स में था और लाइक आई वाज वर्किंग इन स्टॉकहोम फॉर द क्लाइंट. And then it was a good experience. And then that's where I started my test automation journey. So I was like a mainframe developer, mainframe tester, and then tester for a while, and then jump into automation with Selenium, Java. Like my Dronacharya or my guru was Navin. Back
नवीन,
then,
नवीन कुंडे का?
yeah, Navin Kundera.
ओके। ओके।
So he is like my real inspiration. If Navin is watching this video, hey Navin, I call you as hero. You're a real hero, man. Kudos to all your great work. So he was the inspiration. I started my Java Selenium in 2017, I guess, or 16, 17 in that time. And then I started looking for jobs, and then I landed up in a job in Germany. And then slowly I started my own automation journey, working with different tools in Tosca, Robot Framework, Puppeteer, Cypress, WebDriver.js, which is Selenium for JavaScript, WebDriver IO, Detox for mobile automation, Robot with Appium. Tried an API REST assured. I mean, I tried so many automation tools. And then I eventually landed with Playwright, which is like 3 years back I started. And then from Germany, I moved to Finland now. Currently, I'm in Finland. The weather is good. Coming back to your question. So the weather in Finland and Helsinki is 18 degrees. It's so nice today. Maybe because of your show, the weather is so nice, supporting
ओके।
us. So
गुड।
yeah. So this is my whole journey. And now, so it is like I was a mainframe developer and then QA engineer, and now a test automation engineer with 5 years of experience. So it's all like 16 years overall industry experience I have.
ओके।
So maybe this is in a nutshell. So it took a little bit longer, but yeah.
इट्स गुड गुड। सो आई मीन जय, आपने जो ये बताया डिफरेंट कंट्रीज बताई, आपने अभी तक टोटल कितनी कंट्रीज में काम किया है? आई मीन इंडिया को भी जोड़ सकते हैं।
India is the first country. I mean, come on, I mean, I'm born, brought up there, so it's obviously India is the first country. So, उसके बाद I worked in Copenhagen in UK, in Scotland. So I was working in banking sectors most of the time, in RBS, in Lloyd's Bank. So in Scotland, in London, most of the time. And उसके बाद like I worked in Belgium, Stockholm,
ओके
Sweden, and then Germany, and now Finland.
तो
And Malaysia was like for 10 months. Yeah, so.
ओके तो 5 कंट्रीज, लग रहा है 5 से 6 कंट्रीज आपने घूम लिया।
Yeah, yeah, 7 countries I worked, so far. Yeah.
एंड आपका ये एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा, जैसे आप एक डेवलपर थे, डेवलपर से क्यूए फिर ऑटोमेशन, ये जो आपकी जर्नी थी ये कैसी रही? मतलब एक होता है ना कि यहाँ
Yeah.
पे क्यूए सोचते हैं कि डेवलपर्स की लाइफ ज़्यादा अच्छी होती है, ठीक है, उनको ज़्यादा इज्जत मिलती है, मैं बात करूँ, ठीक है, और
Yeah.
उनको ज़्यादा वैल्यू मिलती है इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंपनसेशन ऑल्सो, तो उनका एक माइंडसेट होता है कि डेवलपर तो बहुत अच्छा है। बट आप डेव से क्यूए पे आए और आपको इतना सारा एक्सपीरियंस है, 16+ ईयर्स एक्सपीरियंस है और डिफरेंट कंट्रीज का एक्सपीरियंस है, तो आपको क्या लगता है कि आपका आने का रीजन या उसकी जर्नी के बारे
It was like a thing, nothing special here. Like I just accepted what it came in my, going forward. So I just keep on accepting things coming on my way.
में?
But the interesting part was that from mainframe, it was the black screens. It was very nice mainframe testing. Then when I moved to UK, I had a big problem. The mainframe chances were very less. So then because I'm also doing mainframe testing, so I thought let's do open source testing as well. It's like they're more or less the same thing. So that's how I jumped like to keep my job in UK for a while. And then also for me it sounded more easy at that time. Testing was a bit easier than developer thing. And because I only have this programming experience in COBOL or PL1, which is a mainframe language. But there it was like more Java, C Sharp, C++, all these things. I was like, okay, let's do test. I mean, anyway, I'm a mainframe tester, so just continue doing testing. And also in countries like UK or Europe, it's like the developer or like the QA, salary-wise, it's more or less the same for an experienced guy. So by then I have 5 years of experience. So it was more or less for me, okay, just grab an opportunity and then go with it. So and also I enjoyed in testing. So it's like challenging the developers always was the fun part. So so he thinks, oh yeah, we're doing everything, and then hey, hang on, here is the thing you have to fix. It's like that was kind of at that time it was like some fun, and it's like interesting and some kind of passion over there. So that's how my journey went.
Mhm.
And after a while, then I thought, okay, like what you said, now the QA, I see in many companies like the QA will be like a little bit low profile compared to the developers. But then developer has to work a little bit harder to match that developer level, like extremely experienced or extremely good at domain business or something. Otherwise, as a tester, you always have that. I also observed that. We can talk about that a little later. But coming to the point, the QA, that's where I thought, okay, with the COBOL or the programming experience, I thought like, why not me go for a test automation engineer now? Because there is code and codeless automation. So I started with that's when I started with Java, with all the videos from Naveen, and then he's like Dronacharya, the big teacher.
बहुत पॉपुलर है नवीन, नवीन बहुत
He's very
पॉपुलर
nice.
है।
Yeah, that's what like he is well deserved. All the hard work he did, so that's what is coming back for him now. So so yeah, I mean like that's how I moved into test automation because I have this little programming experience. I thought, okay, why not I jump into like Java, and then I slowly started. So because I had this Java experience, then now I moved to JavaScript and TypeScript,
ओके।
and now I'm totally on the TypeScript and JavaScript automation. Yeah.
तो जय, आपने जो भी अभी तक बताया उससे मुझे दो चीजें और पूछने का मन कर रहा है आपसे, कि पहली चीज तो ये कि आपने जैसे ये मेन फ्रेम टेस्टिंग आप कर रहे थे, ठीक है, वो कौन से ईयर की बात है, आपको कुछ याद है?
अच्छा, हाँ ये याद है यार, बहुत याद है। 2004 से लेके
हाँ।
2004 में किया, बट सीएसए में मैं काम करता था हैदराबाद में। तो
ओके।
उस वक्त मेन फ्रेम टेस्टिंग कर रहा था।
ओके।
उसके बाद मैं आईटीसी इन्फोटेक बैंगलोर चला गया था, तो उधर भी बहुत मेन फ्रेम टेस्टिंग कर रहा था। तो उस वक्त क्या है कि लाइक मेन फ्रेम थोड़ा डाउन था,
हम्म।
फ्रंट एंड वगैरह इज मूव टू जावास्क्रिप्ट और सॉरी जावा एट दैट टाइम, और सी शार्प और व्हाटएवर एट दैट टाइम। बट जो बैकएंड जो था मेन फ्रेम का, स्टिल इन आईबीएम मेन फ्रेम, बिकॉज जो बैकएंड मूव करना बहुत आसान की बात नहीं। इट्स लाइक वेरी इंपॉसिबल टू मूव अ मेन फ्रेम बैकएंड टू समथिंग एल्स। to Oracle or something else or SQL Server. तो मेन फ्रेम जो फ्रंट एंड था उसका नाम है CICS बोलते थे. तो CICS बहुत एक्सपेंसिव था. IBM का जो था वो it's very expensive for any company to have this IBM mainframe. So the front end was migrated, but the back end you cannot. That's why if you see any airlines, जो airlines check करोगे, insurance sectors, banking, जो हमारा जो IRCTC का जो है, तो वो भी mainframe से चलता है. तो back end is very tough. It's highly, I mean, mostly impossible to change. So that's why I used to do a lot of batch testing बोलते थे हम लोग. So I used to do this mainframe testing at that time in CSE and ITC as well.
Fine, fine, Jay. So Jay, in 2024 we know the importance of testing और बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलर है टेस्टिंग के बारे में.
हाँ वो एक में वो एक्चुअली तुमने पूछा किस साल. सो
हाँ.
इट्स 2007 to 2009 9.
ओके ओके. सो मेरा जो अगला क्वेश्चन ये है कि 2024 यानी करंट ईयर में अगर हम बात करें तो टेस्टिंग बहुत पॉपुलर है. हर कोई बात कर रहा है टेस्टिंग के बारे में. बहुत सारे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं, बहुत सारे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स हैं, राइट. बट उस टाइम पे जब आपने अपना करियर स्टार्ट किया था, अगर मैं बात करूँ मेन फ्रेम डेवलपर जब आप थे, ठीक है, या मेन फ्रेम टेस्टर थे, उस टाइम पे टेस्टिंग को लेके कैसा पर्सपेक्टिव था इंडस्ट्री का, आप वो थोड़ा सा एक बार बताएंगे सर?
हाँ तो उस वक्त टेस्टिंग वाज लाइक वेरी लो यार, वेरी लो. तो उस वक्त nobody used to give that much preference to testing. I mean, in those back days, the unit testing was like mostly nice. That was like the big testing, and also there's like system testing at that time. I know when I did so. The whole testing is like very good. And then there's a testing team there exclusively where they used to do this acceptance testing. So at the time, I only know only three things like unit testing, system testing, I do, integration, system testing I do, and then acceptance testing people used to do. And then it was like very less. It's like most of the time developers do the testing. So,
Okay.
So it's not like the actual testers do the testing.
Okay.
And even the testers raise defects, the developers don't understand that, and like they took it like personally most of the times. Like raising bugs was always a problem for the developers. So back in the days, it was quite a little bit less compared to what testing enhanced or geared up today. So today we have a lot of resources. Testing is it's like a hardcore area. Right. It's like a very key area or important area. Back then it was not the case, but then there is priority for testing. Yeah.
Okay. तो जय, आपने टेस्टिंग के बारे में बता दिया, आपने डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में अपने एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताया. मुझे जानना है कि डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज कैसे मिली, क्योंकि एज अ इंडियन जो हम लोग इंडिया में काम करते हैं, मोस्टली जो भी प्रोफेशनल होते हैं, आइदर डेव और क्यूए कोई भी हो, हर किसी को ऑन साइड जाना है, अब्रॉड में काम करना है, ठीक है, लेकिन उनको ये नहीं पता कि अपॉर्चुनिटीज कैसे जनरेट होती है, कैसे मिलती हैं. तो उस पर आप अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताओ कि आप कैसे पहुंचे इन डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में काम करने के लिए.
मैं एक्चुअली वेरी इजी यार, इट्स नॉट दैट टफ. It's just your. So I had this first onsite in Copenhagen. So after that, I went to UK by myself.
Okay.
So at that time there was this visa, highly skilled visa. So I went there with that visa, and after that the visa time period whatever is over. So I thought, okay, I had anyways gained some European experience. So I started looking in Europe, in different. Back then it was Monster.com and Naukri also, Naukri.com, where you can see these sponsorship jobs or abroad jobs. And that's why Indeed.com. When LinkedIn was not there that much. So I tried these scenarios, and then I got UK, I went by myself. So in 2014, when 2015 I returned back, LinkedIn was there. By the time LinkedIn was in a good shape. Then I started applying in LinkedIn. So that's when I applied some European jobs in Europe mostly. Like I just keep European Union and search some jobs. You get some random jobs. You read the jobs which has job sponsorships, and so that's when I applied for some jobs. Luckily, I got an interview from this company called European Dynamics. You can still search this company. It's a very nice company, which saved my life. If they see this video, thanks European Dynamics for saving my life and giving me a new one. Because I was in Stockholm, I was like a little bit sick. I was in a coma. And it was it's like my health was very bad at the time, but this company helped me in all the means. So thank you, European Dynamics. So you can till now also check European Dynamics. They also they hire people around the world, and they provide visa, and you can give you a break to work with different European clients. Yeah,
I think it's a good advice and it's a tip because ऐसा कोई टिप मिल नहीं पाता जल्दी कि किसको रीच आउट करें. अभी आई एम श्योर कि जो भी व्यूअर्स होंगे आपने जो एक रिकमेंडेशन दी है उसको ट्राई करेंगे और उनको इस पे हेल्प मिलेगी। मेरा जो
Sure.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है जय, अगेन आपके ही एक्सपीरियंस है, आपने जैसा बोला 16+ ईयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है, तो आपको क्या लगता है आपके क्या मेजर माइलस्टोन्स जो आपने कवर किए इन 16 ईयर्स में?
कुछ ऐसा नहीं यार, इट्स वेरी, आई डोंट नो specifically. It's just that whatever I did, I never compromised in anything. So if I want to do mainframe developer, I did. Then I thought, okay, let's jump now, because so many things. It's a career jump and it's a country jump. So it's like UK, you want to stay there and for a while. Yeah, I didn't uh, get like a passport or something. That's a different story. I don't want now, because back then it was like a जोश होता ना कि यार उधर अगर जैसे सिटीजनशिप हासिल कर रहे हैं, it's like every Indian guy,
राइट।
I'm a citizen now. तो उस वक्त था। तो अभी जो क्या हुआ कि I'm proud to be on my Indian passport. So मैं I'm traveling and worked in so many countries with Indian passport. So I'm happy with this. If I get a PR or if I get it doesn't matter for me now.
राइट।
So yeah, I mean, like the milestones was like I didn't compromise in the field I chose, and it's also went very well. And the jumping from different automation was like I thought, "Baap re, मैं कर पाऊंगा." Uh, but now it's that I'm writing my own articles, so I feel that in this journey I've been laid off like 2-3 times in different companies. I was like very depressed at one point. So maybe the company culture was not fitting me or I'm not fitting there. It's not that you're laid off means you're weak. It's not like that. It's just that your ideology doesn't matter with other people's ideology. That's it. Your opinion doesn't matter. So I was like a little bit depressed and I thought, okay, मैं नहीं कर पाया. So eventually now if I see, all it matters is that just stand. In your good times, in your bad times, just stand. Just like be a victim. Like you get a lot of thoughts. They'll be like passing clouds. Just see the cloud. You're a victim of that cloud. It's going by. Okay, just stand and see that. That's all. That's what I did. And today, those companies, like I see some colleagues, like they were in the same position now. But I was like, Jay, you're great, man. I'm reading your articles, very nice. So it is a biggest achievement for me in one way that okay, I was nothing at one point. At least I'm doing something now. So
राइट राइट, गुड गुड। सो आपने मेंशन किया आप आर्टिकल्स के बारे में, राइट? सो आपके आर्टिकल्स कहाँ आप लिखते हो? आई मीन लिंक्डइन पे या किसी और
yeah, I'll share you that link here. It's in LinkedIn only. In my GitHub profile also, you can see the link.
ओके।
Or in my LinkedIn also, if you click the top mate profile, if you come down to the top mate profile, and at the bottom you have a link for the blogger link on the top or bottom. So it's like a site called blogger.com. So where I registered like 3 years back. So where it's just like Medium. A lot of people are using Medium.
ओके।
For me, it's like जिसका नाम आ गया उसको छोड़ दो,
हाँ,
जो अपकमिंग है उसको थोड़ा सपोर्ट करो.
पकड़ के रखो। सही है सही है सही है, बिल्कुल सही।
So I was like, a lot of people know Medium anyways. It's been so popular.
मुझे भी लगा था मीडियम पे ही होंगे आप।
I mean, I didn't like Medium in one way because I mean, like not didn't like in the sense like not personally or something. Is I like give this guy a chance. Like there are a lot of people in Medium and they've already been popular. So let's stick with this blogger profile also. So,
राइट राइट। सो जय, आपने मेंशन किया कि आपका जो ये डिटेल है आपने टॉपमेट पे भी मेंशन कर रखी है, राइट? तो टॉपमेट में आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा है? आई मीन मैंने आपकी टॉपमेट की प्रोफाइल देखी हुई है और आपने उस पर कोई भी चार्जेस मेंशन नहीं किए हुए मैंने देखा है, जबकि टॉपमेट पे अभी ऑलमोस्ट जितने भी मैं बोलूँगा कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स या फिर इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं उन्होंने एक अच्छा अमाउंट रखा हुआ है, बट आपने कोई चार्ज नहीं रखा, वो भी इतने एक्सपीरियंस के बाद। तो उसका क्या आपका ओपिनियन है उस पर?
like, okay. Thanks, yeah. It's a good question. I mean, yeah, like I'm a guy. I don't run behind money for professional services. So एक वक्त था like in my life कि जब मैं दिल्ली में काम करता था, like when I was a fresher.
ओके।
So I was luckily staying in guys who were working in TCS back then. But I don't have any contacts. I mean, I just stayed for 1 month sharing. So I just dropped him to airport from Delhi. He was going on site at that time. And I सोचा यार why can't I go? So वो dream रहता है ना कि like somebody is doing, I also can do it. तो सोचा कि थोड़ा I didn't get any support. Like there was no one to tell me like which path to go. So I did all my research. So I thought okay, it'll be good for the main intention is to make it free, is that it should be reached to the well-deserved people, like the people who can't afford, or like they think okay, like okay, I don't have the 1,700 or 1,500 rupees now,
Yeah.
is to discuss something. So I want to reach those people and talk to me and give the advice to them and help them in all means, not only in the professional way, but also like how to come to Europe, like what steps you can do, like how to apply for jobs in Europe if you want to move to Europe, or like or remote jobs or websites where you can work. So not only just this professional guidance and automation or this technical guidance, but also the other side, like so there were like couple of guys were asking me in LinkedIn, like how can I got a job in Portugal, like is it okay? Is that like how this blue card works or this visa works? So all these things I discussed with them. So that
That's
is, I thought okay, that is
overall
a good,
mentorship, right?
yeah, overall mentorship, and that too free uh, because this happened to me in my life. So I thought, okay, let's make it free.
Yeah.
I'm getting my salary, which is fine. I have kids, it's okay now.
Right.
I don't need much, it's okay. Whatever is there is fine. But let's help people who are really in need. So if you are free, people will talk. And I also have that, okay, I'm doing it for free. मेरे दादाजी are like मेरे पापा बोलते थे यार जो education था it should be for free. You should not like business that. तो वो एक instinct मेरा mind में है. तो like okay, do something and don't expect something in return, just like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Do your actions. So that those things, those motives, like made me to free.
Yeah, I mean, after this session, I'm expecting a lot of queries will come to you on TopMate. So be ready.
No worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also, it's like people should understand I'm putting my time.
Yeah.
So they also like when I had some calls, like there are bad disturbance, and it's fine. I mean, they have children, I understand, but it's the time we are investing, so they should also see like okay, just use this time, make that 30 minutes
Well,
calm in the background, and like focus on the conversation. That's my request. Yeah.
सो जय, आई मीन मेरा जो अगला सवाल है आपसे वो है फ्यूचर के बारे में। फ्यूचर के बारे में इस तरह से, क्योंकि आपने ऑलरेडी इंडस्ट्री में काफ़ी टाइम दिया हुआ है, आपने 16 ईयर्स इंडस्ट्री में काम किया है डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म पे। आई मीन अगर ऑटोमेशन की भी बात करें, आपने बहुत सारे टूल्स पे काम कर लिया है। आपको क्या लग रहा है नेक्स्ट 5 to 10 ईयर्स अगर मैं आगे जाऊँ, ठीक है, तो क्या फ्यूचर होगा टेस्टिंग का, या किस डायरेक्शन में क्यूए को अभी सोचना चाहिए? आपका क्या ओपिनियन है?
10 years में बता नहीं सकता हूँ यार, like I can tell you for 5 years. Next 5 years, so it'll be like if you're in a manual QA, it's fine. Manual QA is always needed. So you can't like touch manual QA, because without manual QA, I say like there are no companies with manual QA, but there are companies without test automation. So manual QA is very important. But then, but being a manual QA will not, going forward, will not give you a good, career choice. It's good like you switch. It's good like if you have a business knowledge, if your direction is towards business analyst, PO, and then manual testing, that's fine. But if you want to have your career in test automation, then at least learn one programming language, any language. We'll learn one tool. Database is not required. If you learn, it's fine. And know one OS. Like you don't need to do Linux or something commands, but just know this thing. And then one language, and then also work with code and codeless tools going forward. But start with one automation tool and learn on that, and then move to your direction towards DevOps. I mean, like today there is Google Cloud, there is Azure, there is AWS, and everybody are moving their applications on these things on the cloud. So learn to integrate. I have my blog post articles on that, how to integrate your tests on Azure or like AWS. So learn a little bit DevOps. So the test automation with a little bit of DevOps, at least you're running your test there. And then eventually if you jump to DevOps or site reliability engineer, that's one other prospect, career prospect, which is very nice. Or like there is other prospect where when you jump in DevOps, you do some Kubernetes or Docker or Kubernetes certifications, like CKA, certified Kubernetes administrator or something. And you can be on that area as well. So you have like immense opportunities over there. So, and then on top of it, for the freshers, I would say learn data scientist or machine learning, because AI is gonna rock you sooner or later.
मेरे पास बहुत सारे सवाल आ गए हैं जय, आपने जितनी बातें करी उसमें मैंने 3 क्वेश्चंस मेरे पास आ चुके हैं, क्योंकि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपने जैसे बात करी टेस्ट ऑटोमेशन के बारे में, लैंग्वेज के बारे में और डेवऑप्स के बारे में, राइट? तो पहला सवाल तो यही है कि आपने अभी तक कितनी लैंग्वेजेस और कितने ऑटोमेशन टूल पे काम कर लिया है? आई मीन
ओके, तो मैंने जावा से mainframe developer tha, COBOL PL1. That doesn't matter now. Now I started with Java from my great hero Naveen. उसके बाद थोड़ा बहुत like I'm not an expert in Java. Like if you do interviews or collections, I also have to think. But what I mastered was like whatever I do, writing the framework or like understanding the basics of how the programming language works, where we can use these functions or the logics. So these kind of things I worked, and then eventually somehow I was like more fascinated towards this JavaScript side now, and I started saying, okay, let's move to JavaScript, and I learned JavaScript basics, and then eventually now I'm learning also TypeScript. Also, I learn and I'm learning still. So TypeScript is something like Java as object-oriented programming, but JavaScript is not. JavaScript is just scripting language. It's much better than these two.
Okay. ये सब आप कहाँ से सीख रहे हैं? Again.
From YouTube videos, from internet content, from Udemy.
When you want to recommend here, I mean, किसी भी creator को यहाँ पे आप
Java, Naveen, JavaScript or TypeScript. There's a guy called Akshay Pramod Pai.
Okay.
He's one of my good friend when we started our career in Playwright. So he's one of the good guy. You can see his repo, Akshay Pramod Pai. I'll share you his LinkedIn details. Okay. And then there's Kaushik Chatterjee, who has done his entire thing on Playwright TypeScript, series on Playwright TypeScript, which is very nice. You can follow that, which is free on YouTube. So you can learn TypeScript there. And JavaScript, you can learn from, from YouTube. You randomly click any JavaScript and then you get, or in Udemy, the basic Java. Or you can have this course like Playwright from, there are so many guys in Udemy. So from there, when you buy that course, you'll have basic JavaScript. Right. You can, quickly learn from there as well. Or like you can learn from Java tutorials, something in that.
Okay, fine. So apart from this programming language and tools, you are also learning DevOps and AWS things also, right?
Yeah, I did my certification. When I was in Germany before coming here 3 years back, 2021, I did AWS certification, which is expired now. I'm not using that, and so. But then I keep this Azure with me. So I had this Azure Administrator certificate done. So that's when you get an opportunity. Once you do this Azure Administrator Associate, then only you can do, or developer, then only you can do the DevOps engineer for Azure. So I did my Azure DevOps engineer certification. And I also, parallelly, I'm learning that so that in future, if I get a chance to work in Azure, I can, work in there. And then having test automation with DevOps will be a greatest combination. So good combination to work. So.
And Docker and Kubernetes भी आप कर रहे हैं? उसकी भी
yeah, Docker basic पढ़ा. I did a Docker basic things. I know how to I have my own Docker hub account, and जो when I free time में क्या करता हूँ कि I select some of Puppeteer back in the days, Cypress or Playwright test or WebDriver or IO test, and then integrate with Docker and take a Docker image and run them in Docker. Something like that. The Kubernetes, yes, when I use GitLab, there are some clusters I do, but not intensely I work. Just by basics, but not using it pretty much. Yeah.
So जय ये सब चीजें कर कैसे लेते हैं आप? इतना एक्सपीरियंस हो गया है, फैमिली है आपकी और इतनी सारी लर्निंग कॉन्टिन्यूस आप कर, लोग बोलते हैं ना कि एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ता जाता है तो लर्निंग का कर्व स्लो हो जाता है, लोगों की हैबिट कम हो जाती है, बट मैं आपको देख रहा हूँ कि आप तो डे बाय डे बस सीखते ही जा रहे हैं और आगे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. ये कैसे कर लेते हैं?
My children also ask the same question, man. वो पूछते कि Dad, we are learning. It's fine. Why are you learning every day? So, yeah, it's like when you see yourself. जो होता है ना महाभारत में बोलते हैं कर्ण और अर्जुन के बीच में श्रेष्ठ होना और उत्तम होना. Best is like I always want to be. He'll try most सामर्थ्य दिखाना और वो सामर्थ्य दिखाने के वजह में आपको हर वक्त मुश्किलें उठाना पड़ता है. So you have to face the difficulties, and all your life will go to be greatest. You'll die by proving that. But जो उत्तम होता है like Arjun, so you don't need to learn anything. Everything will come to you. So,
okay.
So on the fly, just stick to what you do and listen to. Just keep yourself updated. इसका मतलब मैं उत्तम हूँ. I'm not saying that I'm not उत्तम. Okay. I'm like a very grass. In the garden, I'm like a little grass guy. I value nothing. But to give you an example that, when you stand there and if, for example, if you take me like I stand, I thought when I'm doing mainframe, do manual testing. and there are so many things in manual testing: SharePoint, JavaScript, Java, so many. And then okay, I'm just only testing, and I want to do test automation. Okay, Java, learn Java, and learn Java. Then there's like test ng, there's something, and you learn that. And then when you go to some LinkedIn meetings, some corporate meetings or trainings, so when developers, you listen a few words like Docker. Oh, what is this? Let me check this. Kubernetes. Okay, check. Oh, cloud. What is this cloud? What is this Azure? Let me check. So it's your passion, it's your interest.
Okay.
So that's how I started to do the basic, like what is Azure?
Mhm.
Okay, it's a cloud. Okay, so what fascinates me here? How can I fit in here? So okay, as a test automation engineer, I can run my tests in Azure DevOps. I mean Azure, create a pipeline and run in Azure. So these kind of things, you just think and you listen various sources, and then keep going forward. Yeah.
So I feel you are so much curious about everything which is coming into your path, right?
Not curious, but there will be a time to give up sometimes.
ओके, अभी तक आपने किस चीज पे गिव अप किया है? मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा आपने कहीं गिव अप किया होगा.
Give up in the sense like, yeah, I thought, okay, let's do cyber security. Okay. So then so now when I sit, I say, okay, it's interesting actually to become an ethical hacker. You have a lot of courses. I advise freshers also who are listening to our meeting. I tell them, like, if it's a fresher, go for cyber security, ethical hacking. Do CompTIA security plus certification or ethical hacking certification or Google Cloud cyber security certification to start with. I tell them these things because the market will be very good for that, and it's always demanding because less people, more jobs. Uh, so like I want to do, but now I can't do. I have my family, I have like other commitments.
Right.
I cannot give that much time to that. So I give up. Okay, yeah, I want to do, but I cannot do because of so factors.
Right, right. But it's fine. You are already doing very well.
Yeah.
Okay. So जय, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है मेरा एआई से, बिकॉज ये एआई बहुत ज्यादा लोगों को डरा रहा है, स्पेशली क्यूए को. आपका क्या ओपिनियन है इस पे?
My opinion here, like it's not a nightmare now, but it'll be a nightmare in the future.
ओके, कैसे बचे फिर इससे?
Yeah, like it'll be like, see, for example, if 10 QAs are there, okay, or 10 devs are there, not only for the QA, it's a problem for
फॉर ऑल.
most all the developers, everyone. So it's like हमारे साथ only QA है, अभी हमारे साथ developers भी खड़े होंगे. Yeah, it's like a universal problem. But the point is like if you have 10 QAs, after coming AI in place, so 5 jobs will be gone, for example, and 5 other QAs will learn how to use that AI to fit in the job. So there will be definitely a reduce in job cut. So 10 QAs है, अभी 5 हो गए, तो 5 AI सीखेंगे, और उसके बाद 2 रहेंगे, एक रहेगा. We will come to know in the future.
डिपेंड करता है सिचुएशन पे.
So it get more worse after like 5 years, but it will be not that bad, I would say. No need to worry about it now. Don't get panics or something like, yeah,
क्या होगा?
something comes up that everything, like for example, we have this one. I myself, we have this Russia war on Ukraine here. I just I'm in the place where Finland shares like 1450 kilometers border with Russia.
Okay.
Okay. So the next threat for these guys, Finland, is that it's a threat for them. It's a threat for them on Russia. So at that time, a lot of Indians here and a lot of other foreigners here were like, oh, yeah, Ukraine and the things are not going well. क्या Russia इधर bomb मारेगा, like all these speculations. And some people already left at that time. And after now they were in different country. And after that they call Jai कुछ नहीं हुआ यार.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, everything is fine. So these speculations will bother you. You think everything is fine, everything is normal. I mean, like, अगर जो like some बुरा हो रहा है, that at that time I won't say like you pretend that everything is fine. No, but like इतना खराब नहीं था.
ओवर थिंक नहीं करना चाहिए.
हाँ, ओवर थिंक नहीं करना है बस.
ओके.
So आने दो एआई को, तब देख लेंगे.
राइट, राइट. बाकी जय, आपको क्या लगता है अभी एआई को आपने कहीं देखा हो कि टेस्ट ऑटोमेशन में कहीं इम्प्लीमेंट किया जा रहा है एआई?
Like some of my LinkedIn friends here, like in US companies, तो इतना बड़ा अच्छा है कि like they type something and they got the code, and he just want to paste that code and for example playwright test, तो URL वगैरह कुछ नहीं दिया, he just typed how to do it, so he got the basic code and basic framework. So it's like in a way it's a threat, but hopefully it will not be a threat sooner.
ओके, फाइन. जय, आप खुद एक ऑटोमेशन इंजीनियर हो और आपने नवीन को फॉलो किया है. अभी 2024 में फ्रेशर्स आ रहे हैं और बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंस किए भी हैं जो कि मैनुअल, मैं बोलूंगा, या फंक्शनल टेस्टर्स हैं, राइट? अगर उनको एक ऑटोमेशन इंजीनियर बनना है तो क्या एक रोड मैप होना चाहिए? आप क्या रिकमेंड करोगे
उसको like if they want to come to Finland or maybe in Europe, so like robot framework people use here a lot in Finland, because robot framework is built here. Or like how Browser Stack is from India. So either like robot framework is from Finland, from Nokia networks. So Nokia is here in Finland. So that's where this robot framework came from. So people here, they use a lot here. They promote that than any other automation. On the other side, the people can learn Playwright now, because I don't say a lot of companies also use Java now. Java and Selenium are not dead. Java and Selenium are equally so good till now. But people thought Playwright came, Cypress came, so Selenium will be dead. No, Selenium has its own thing, and a lot of people are just like people are very used with JMeter, for example, on performance testing. Now there is K6, okay, on JavaScript. So I myself tried in my company, I like just implement K6 because it's JavaScript background. I thought, okay, let's. But people were not accepting it. People were so used to JMeter. They said, okay, we are happy with JMeter. What is not there in JMeter that I should go for K6? So this debate is always heated up and it goes on. So it depends on the companies and individuals' mindset to what to go, which tool to catch or which tool to go with. So altogether, I would say like for freshers, learn one automation tool. If you're interested in Selenium, Java, it's fine. But the latest market trend is everything is on React.js, Angular, which is TypeScript, and Vue.js. These are the front ends. If you want to start with front end test automation, go with Playwright straight away. And Playwright, you can use Playwright Java. Naveen, you can take the resource from Naveen. Playwright JavaScript or TypeScript, you can take it from Kaushik Chatterjee and Akshay Pramod Pai. Or you can follow a little my articles as well on Playwright if you want. And then, learn a little bit JavaScript eventually, and then Playwright or, any other tools. Just get with Playwright first. And then, start, jump into a project or get a project on Playwright automation and start your journey with automation for front end. For API, still it's Postman, REST assured. Go with that for the backend API automation. And performance, like JMeter or K6 in the market as usual. So, yeah.
बाकी मार्केट की बात कर लें अगर, तो आपको इंडियन मार्केट या आप जहाँ हैं वहाँ की आईटी इंडस्ट्री मार्केट के बारे में बात करें तो क्या चल रहा है मार्केट में, आप कुछ बता सकते हो, हाईलाइट दे सकते हो उसका?
मार्केट इज वेरी डाउन नाउ यार, लाइक इट्स बीन अफेक्टेड वेरी बैड विद कोरोना फर्स्ट. तो रिमोट वर्किंग आ गया था उस वक्त. तो उसके बाद सब लोग ऑफिस चला, बैक टू ऑफिस जा रहा है. और उसके बाद ये वॉर हो गया. So somewhere something happens in the world which affects every economy. For this example is war. So now the problem in Europe has been a lot that problem is that a lot of rationing is going on here. Same thing goes in US as well, maybe in Australia, in Canada as well, or in UK. So this is war, like it pulled out a lot of fundings these guys are giving, and there is a lot of economy, crisis, all these countries. So obviously, when US or Europe is impacted on the IT sector, obviously India will affect, because we are the most of the guys in IT are Indians.
Right.
So every project comes from here. So in a way, it affects India and Indians almost all together. So this is a little bit like I wouldn't say like very bad time, but it is like definitely some tough times. So it takes a while to come back to the actual pace. So at this time, like just take the offer, whatever you get. Don't hesitate, to have only this job or that job, like remote job or office. If it is a remote, accept it if you get one. And if not, like for the freshers, people, they ask you experience. So what you do is that take a website like I have on my GitHub repos. You can take that repo. Take any website like Source Demo or Automation Exercise. Learn the tool, learn the language, practice yourself. Highlight in the resume that you're very skilled in this particular tool. Or you say like, I wouldn't say like you gain experience, but it's also, you didn't work in a company, but in a way you gain some experience. It's not like I'm in this company for 2 years, that's why I'm gaining 2 years of experience. No. As much you have your hands on anything, that is also counted as experience. So try in that way. Then you can mark it as like I have 1 year of experience in this, and then you can easily nail through any interviews with that kind of knowledge and gaining this kind of experience. So the market is down. Have patience and give some time.
राइट राइट राइट। ओके, फाइन फाइन जय। जय, मेरा एक और सवाल है जो कि बहुत सारे क्यूए जो ऑलरेडी जॉब में हैं उनका होता है, एंड आई एम श्योर ऑडियंस भी इस क्वेश्चन से रिलेट करेगी। क्वेश्चन मेरा बहुत सिंपल है कि जब हायरिंग होती है तो हायरिंग के टाइम पे ऑटोमेशन इंजीनियर बोल के हायरिंग कर लेते हैं। उसके बाद मोस्टली सर्विस बेस की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ। वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि अब आपको हायर करके,
हाँ, मैनुअल टेस्टिंग।
राइट, अब वहां पे आपको फंक्शनल मैनुअल या कुछ भी करा रहे हैं ऑटोमेशन छोड़ के, ठीक है।
हाँ,
अब उस सिचुएशन में जो रिसोर्स होता है वो बड़ा स्ट्रगल कर रहा होता है, उसे समझ नहीं आता करें क्या, जॉब छोड़ दें या फिर जॉब कंटिन्यू करें। जॉब अगर कंटिन्यू करते हैं तो उसके स्किल सेट वो होता है, प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है। तो ऐसी सिचुएशन को कैसे टैकल करना चाहिए?
I'm a best example for this one here. So I'm working in right now, मैं नोडिया में काम करता हूँ, इट्स अ
हम्म,
बैंक।
हम्म,
तो जब मैं जो हायर किया था उस वक्त साइप्रस जो मेरे को लाइक गेव अ टास्क,
हम्म,
तो इंटरव्यू पे आई डिड द साइप्रस टास्क, ऑटोमेशन टास्क।
ओके,
तो दे आस्क्ड मी टू बिल्ड साइप्रस पेज ऑब्जेक्ट ऑटोमेशन। सो इंटरव्यू वाज इन ऑटोमेशन। सो इंटरव्यू हायर करने के बाद अभी मैंने एक दो प्रोजेक्ट्स मूव किया आने के बाद। तो लाइक नाउ आई एम इन प्ले राइट। So I'm the first guy in my company to introduce playwright. So in at least in my domain.
ओके,
So, so like I speak to Poland and Sweden and Denmark guys. Like Nordia is in different places. So if something comes to playwright, I jump in there. So it's because I'm interested in that. So right now I'm doing manual testing. So I built a framework in playwright. It's done, and now it's like the ROI, right? Return of investments. So 1 year back, I developed this framework, and after a year, I'm enjoying the return of investments now, like executing this regression tests, whatever test now, end-to-end journey tests. But then I'm now doing. At the time, I was 70% automation, 30 manual. Now I'm doing 10% automation. At least sometimes I won't do. It's like 90% manual. So now I was also feeling that I lost that grip of automation on Playwright. So Playwright, so many new features came. I like became a little bit backward because I'm not doing practice daily.
राइट,
So that case, what I got this thought like, shall I stay in the company or like? Then I thought, okay, fine, let's do this way. So I'm in my company. Maybe I can go in some other project. Maybe at least I'm getting some other new applications in the project. I asked for my manager that okay, this is my intention or like my wish or like my interest area of interest. So it will work out sooner or later. I can get some new applications to work on, but you have to have that patience. Just hold on, and then tomorrow you definitely get some new applications. Again, you can work on automation. So in this time, what I did was, so I'm doing manual testing in office, but at the same time, I have this my followers, and weekly I take some time, spend some time. If I sit idle for 1 hour, I thought, okay, let me open my GitHub repo. I see my own GitHub repo again. I said, okay, then I put that GitHub repo. I got some comments in LinkedIn saying, hey Jay, 1.35 playwright version mein, you can use this to be visible. And now, or like to text, like to have text, you should use, for example. 1.44 version mein, you should not use. That's been deprecated. So I thought, okay, this is good. तो मैं वो GitHub repo open करके पूरा test I'll convert into the latest version. I grab those new commands and put it in the repo and I do change. That's how I learn myself. And I thanks to those guys who put in the comments because LinkedIn is a big community. That's where you learn and share a lot.
राइट, 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 राइट,
So I get these comments. So I work on myself so that I to keep on that page. So I would say like if the speak to your manager if he listens, it's fine. First time tell him that okay, if you say no, you have to do this. If somebody forces you, like you have to do, otherwise we'll take out. Nobody will say we'll take over the job. Not them ki nahi dete hain, like on your face, but it's like they'll tell you in indirect way like you have to do it. Then do that. Do that for that time, and say the next time you tell him like you asked me, I have done it because for you, and now you have to listen to my area of interest, and because it should be like a win-win situation. I listen to what you said 2 times, so this time this is my area of interest. Put me in automation. If he still doesn't listen, ask him to change the project or something. Otherwise, if like totally fed up with automation is the only passion, then you can change the job. If you get a new role, like make sure you get an automation role from some other company, then it's fine.
right. I'm sure, Jai, most of the viewers definitely inspired by your views, and I want to know about your role model. I mean, आपके role
My
model कौन है?
my role model when I joined automation, it was Naveen, undoubtedly. He is my inspiration till today, and going forward as well. I follow him. उसके बाद like these three guys like Mukesh Otwani is one guy and then Sanjay Kumar, the owner of Selectors Hub. So these three guys I call them as like three musketeers.
Okay.
So these three guys doing some brave test parties, which is very good. It's kind of an inspiration. From testing, they are my inspiration. On my daily life, I my role model is Lord Krishna and Sri Ram. So I always follow them, like in the situations, that's they are my role models. I mean, I'm not following totally,
Mhm.
but at least I can contribute like at least 10% or I'm trying hard. So yeah, Ram and Krishna are my role models.
Okay, okay. So, Jay, you're traveling in different countries. Did you get chance to meet some, some famous personality as of now? Because आप different countries में गए
Yeah,
हैं.
yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. Like, yeah. Thanks for the bringing this question. So yeah, there was one time like I'm moving out from UK. I was very sad. कि like I thought, okay, चलो हो गया UK से वापस आ रहा है, visa extend नहीं हुआ. So I was coming back. I was a little low with my family, with my wife and two kids, and going back to India. So I thought like I suddenly saw Ratan Tata ji coming. So, and I instantly, my wife said, I asked my wife, like, Ratan Tata, like, she said, yeah, of course, he's Ratan Tata. And what can you expect? And I just literally jumped out of my that seat over there and, went, approached him. There was his PA or someone is like, stopping me. And then Tata ji said, no, it's fine. So I spent like 4 minutes of his 5 minutes around his time. His time is very, 1 minute is like some,
Right.
billions of rupees, billions of dollars or something. But 5 minutes were like 4 or 5 minutes was very, very nice. Like he's a best person in my life, and he's one of my role model again. I missed another role model for life after Ramkrist. In practical world, Ratan Tata ji is my inspiration again. He's like so down to earth. I started my company. I started in your company, sir. They said, then it's like, fine. I think he came for Land Rover and Jaguar,
Okay.
acquisition at that time. I don't know, but after I met him, that was the thing in the news that
Okay.
Tataji he acquired a Land Rover and Jaguar of
ये किस year की बात है?
say 2015 and
Okay.
16.
Okay. Okay.
So I met him in the airport. 5 minutes, he said, "How are you doing?" So he was asking all practical questions. So he was laughing and so you're enjoying your career journey. How is it? So matured. So those 5 minutes was like the best moments, memorable ones, remarkable ones in my life. So yeah.
कैसा फील हुआ? बिकॉज एज अ ऑडियंस और हम लोग न्यूज में सुनते हैं या यूट्यूब या कहीं कंटेंट में पढ़ लेते हैं उनके बारे में, बट आपने वो जो 5 मिनट स्पेंड किया, आपको कैसा फील हुआ उनके साथ? मतलब जो हम लोग पढ़ते हैं उससे रिलेटेबल लगा या कैसा लगा?
Yeah, more than that.
Oh.
What I heard, I know Ratan Tata ji from childhood, from Tata Indica car we were buying, and how he handled that Ford, and then Ford was like humiliating, and then he didn't say anything, and now Ford came back to him and see his simplicity. He didn't say a word. He didn't have that revenge mindset, just like Krishna or like Ram says. So he still Ford humiliated him. He didn't humiliate back Ford. So he was like, it's like let it go. So then he was like arrogantly telling Tata, and then after when he was in crisis and Ratan Tata ji helped him, he was like, Sir ji, namaste. That's what that is the biggest change. That is your biggest achievement, I would say.
Right. He's so humble.
Yeah, he's so humble, he's so down to earth, and he inspires me in one way that the biggest respect, or like when the people respect you, like when people think you're nothing, and then when you with your actions you do a change, and then when you enter in the room, the guys who are like not even listening to you, don't care about you, will start standing and not clapping, just stand for respect when you enter. So that is the biggest change. We should keep a goal, every guys of us, like keep a goal that in that way, accept the challenge, and be that. And so Ratan Tata ji is one of those highly respectable guys, and highly respectable, sir. I'm sorry, sir, not guy, sorry.
Okay. Fine, Jay. Thank you for sharing this memorable moment with all of us. Jay, apart from this, I want to know your future plans. I mean, आपका क्या प्लान है अब आगे करियर को लेके, या कुछ और करने का प्लान है? क्योंकि आप बहुत कुछ कर रहे हो ऑलरेडी.
They are like my simple here, like I don't want to do this IT job anymore.
ये तो हर आईटी में ज्वाइन करने के बाद प्रोफेशनल की यही बात होती है. उसको लगता है कि चाय की टपरी में ज्यादा मिल रहा है
Exactly.
आउटपुट, ठीक है, या फिर एक बर्गर वाला
That is
ज्यादा
the problem,
कम
यार. See,
कमा पाए.
exactly. देख, सचिन तेंदुलकर को यार अमिताभ बच्चन जी को उसको पता चला कि उसको क्या करना है.
राइट.
So they were clear in their part.
राइट.
कि okay, Sachin woke up one day, I want to be a batsman. He did. likewise Amitabh Bachchan ji, or I'm from Andhra. For me, it's like Rajamouli, the director of Bahubali and Triple R.
Okay.
So I came from the same place.
Okay.
So he decided himself that he want to be a director. He became. So everybody, that's the toughest thing in life is like what you want to do from your heart is the toughest thing in life.
Right.
And then they did it. You have inspirations, you have people already. So for me, for people like me, or like for me, it's been like I'm now 44. Yesterday was my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, thanks. No worries, man. It's fine. I'm not celebrating anymore. It's 44 years. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. But thanks for your wishes yesterday as well. Thank you so much. So it's been 44 years now. I still couldn't find myself. So what I'm interested in is like a biggest question for me. I did IT for some other reasons. So mine is a love marriage at that time. And because of my wife, I want to get an IT job because back then IT was so crazy that
today it's in craze.
So back then it was tough. I mean, she used to get matches of this, NRIs and all.
Okay.
So our parents were like, "I'm just a starter." So I didn't have a job at all. So then when I got TCS, eventually they started changing their mind. So it was like, okay, I want to marry my girl. I went to IT. So that's like the dumbest answer I have ever.
But it's pure. I mean,
yeah, I mean, like that's not really. I'm not like a really an inspiring person, man. It's like I'm a dumbest person actually. So because of for my wife, I want to get a job to impress their parents. I went to IT, and then it became my profession. And then on the journey, I like testing, so I moved to testing. And I liked automation. I went to automation. But
go
now,
with the flow. Go with the flow.
But this should come to an end because you should find yourself. Should know what you are good at. You should know what your interest is. If that is there, then now I found my interest. So my interest is simple. Nothing. It's like helping people. That's all. No matter what. It sounds a little bit crazy, or people think I'm mentally retarded, but but it's just simple. I mean, like we have a very short life. In this life, what is why you take so much of anger or something? So if you're angry on someone, in the end you will be struggling more. Like you give pain to yourself. So you should become more matured. So I like if you see Swami Vivekananda or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or whatever stories, like everything in this world, whatever you say, it's just like giving back. Right? It's not like you take it. So just give it back. Help in all means. For that, it requires some money. Nothing comes for free. So let me see how I earn some money, and then there is a beautiful temple in South. If you have a chance, go there. It will change you forever. It's called Arunachalam, Tiruvannamalai. It's like 3 hours from a drive from Chennai. So it's called Tiruvannamalai, and people say Arunachalam as well, Arunachala. So it's like Lord Shiva. So a lot of people believe, a lot of our IT people believe that. I have some IT people who are doing full term, left their jobs, went there for full time serving. They started their own missions. They started Annadanams every day.
Okay.
So there was an IT guy who completely transformed to yoga, and he does this yags, Agni Hotrams yags and all. So he'll teach those. So I've seen some live examples. So I thought, okay, now before dying, let's do something.
Okay.
You never know when you die. So before you die, time is ticking up. so that's just help, no matter what, like food, shelter, education, like Goshala, or like with Goshala, why I'm saying, because with that you can set up a farm. Nowadays people are thinking organic. Organic is in our roots. We are the ancient guys on our planet Earth, where organic system is in our roots actually. We don't need to say it organic specifically. These guys are saying organic food and something. But organic is inbuilt in our mindset. So back in the days, with the cow dung they used to clean because it serves the bacteria. With the cow milk, people drink because it acts as a resistance or like immunity booster. Or like with the ghee, for example. People in my dadima, she used to like, we use a lot of Garnier or some creams here. My dadima used to like put ghee on her skin and say like, why? It's because it's an antibacterial. You won't get any skin diseases or something. So there are a lot of things. So on that note, like if you have your own goshala or like if you have cows, you can start up a dairy business. And a lot of people in YouTube I follow, they're doing it. So you can create your own organic, with milk, all the dairy products, and serve the local people over there, and then you can strive for it. Who knows, you'll become a number one in India.
Right. I'm sure in few years we will see you in some other different space, right?
Yeah. Oh no, sure.
Okay. And Jay, like you said, for your love, you move into IT, right? And if you have chance कि आप कोई और फील्ड में जा सको, बैक इनटू द टाइम, आई मीन व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड योर करियर, आप किस में जाना चाहते उस टाइम पे? अगर मैं बात करूं 16 years और 20 years बैक आप जाओ और वहां पे अगर आपको चूज करना हो.
I was a very active guy in my college, man. So college mein, like I was the active guy, and all the 4 years of different 4 year people, like first year, second year, third year, fourth, and different branches like electrical. Everybody know me. I'm little popular. Like I used to chat karta tha. So, like I was like all this this Madhavan's movie, the Maddie mechanical.
Maddie.
Yeah. So like, I used to have the mechanical fights. Cricket बहुत अच्छा खेलता था. Like I was a dancer back in the time. एक पल का जीना किया था मैंने.
Oh wow.
So like my wife started attracted me. I was attracted to my wife.
So it's a college story.
Yeah, it's a college story. But whatever it is, like because my was a payment seat. So because whatever the case might be, whatever chat or like jitna nautanki tha, like I used to study well. Okay, so I got out with distinction. So all 10th inter and intermediate and 10th class intermediate and BTech with distinction. So that's why like people in my college like, okay, there are followers back then like, sir, how will you study, sir? Like you always do these things. We never see you study. Which time you study and how are you getting these marks? And it was then, but yeah, it's okay. So I was like a active guy back then, but yeah.
As well as notorious, I guess.
Yeah. Now everything is totally a different transformation. Yeah. I became so calm now. No, nothing.
Nothing. So still you are watching Maddie's movie? I mean, new.
Yeah, I watch all kinds of movies. I like all those movies.
Okay. Fine, Jay. I mean, it's a very nice conversation, and thank you for your time, Jay, and coming on this show, sharing your experiences. I'm sure audience will love this conversation and reach out to you in upcoming days. So thank you once again for your time, Jay. Yeah, that's all from my end. I mean,
no, it's fine. I mean, thanks very much for this opportunity, Shrikant. Thanks a lot for giving this opportunity, and I hope like it reaches to a lot of people, and people get back with questions. But I want to thank you personally that you're doing a very great job. So kudos to you, man. Keep rocking like this. And I want to see you somewhere up there. I wish you all the best and reach new heights.
Thank you.
Good luck for your future endeavors.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Take care.